The view from here. Walnut propeller blades atilt against a junk store wall. The lift of flight, forgotten. A storm-tossed sloop, what's left of it. Edges smoothed by sand and sun. A shallow prow among the dunes. Wood remembers the shapes we carve with chisel and gouge, with V, groove, and skew, the bend of curves beneath a whetstone knife and beneath sandpaper, after an oilcloth wipes the dust away. Dark and light, striating like layers of water-carved rock, like the flow of floodplain silt, the whisper of grain against grain, that whatever time hews, these shapes cannot last. By David Meischen. Bruises. Bruises linger longer as we age, staking their claim on the soon-to-be rotten sweet fruit of our flesh. A baby's blank skin never holds a grudge for long. It's a time-lapse miracle. Putrefaction in reverse. The hickeys I left on her neck were collapsed rainbows, unfolding their colors backwards under her sweater. The edgy world keeps touching us to prove it does exist. Too much touch, and blood blooms just under the skin. I swear I don't remember where I got these bruises. These storm clouds in a pale sky, like fabulous animals. Death is so heavy-handed. Doesn't anybody want to see all the marks he keeps leaving on me, in secret places? The last bruise of all will deepen and expand till we're nothing but bruise, camouflaged for darkness. By McFee. An explanation. They say that clouds weigh tons. How they say high is how humans, heavy with thoughts, keep from sinking right through the ground. Sometimes people quit thinking and float, maybe in a lake that's fast evaporating and replenished by springs, and the thought of all that circulating water is why there is rain. The thoughts become worries, the worries become burdens, and drop by drop, the sky falls, and people wrinkle with worry or with washing stains, as the big wheel of rain and evaporation turns, and the day becomes unbearably bright, like the clouds weighing tons, being light. By Donald Levering. The Collection. Even 2 years later, she still gets correspondence addressed to him. Correspondence, this like that. Mostly about his hobby. Coin collector brochures. Announcements of collector swap meets. His pastime. A way to spend an afternoon back when an afternoon needed spending, before all the silence flooded the house. He had old currency, nickels worth $10, and heavy, the bags. Musical, too. She needs to sort through them all. That's what she should do. Realize its value. What she is thinking of is spending it. Buying gum and soft drinks. Maybe a chocolate bar. Just get face value for mint condition rarities. Get them back into circulation. Circulation. The afterlife. Where someone else can get them as change and be joyful at finding luck in his life's pleasure. By Chitwood. Song of Three Swallows. The leaves are no longer talking. The pines are fighting with swords. The oaks are fighting with fists. The blackbirds are coming, black as ravens. They will smother the sun from our sight. Some say it is a herd of sheep. Some say it is goats for the slaughter. But it is not sheep, nor goats. It is the standing army coming, steady as the black hand of the sea. By Karapetkova. Planting the Meadow. I leave the formal garden of schedules where hours hedge me, clip the errant sprigs of thought, and day after day, a boxwood tropiary hunt chases a green fox, never caught. No voice calls me to order as I enter a dream of meadow, kneel to earth and, moving east to west, second the motion only of the sun. I plant frail seedlings in the unplowed field, trusting the wilderness hidden in their hearts. Spring light sprawls across false indigo and hyssop, daisies, flax. Clouds form, dissolve, withhold, or promise rain. In time, outside of time, the unkempt afternoons fill up with flowers. By Makofske. For my daughter. When I sweat in a Midwest January and wish to God it was a hot flash, but no, it's greenhouse gases. Read the news. Uranium seas rained on by iodine skies. Sunday drives. See the Kalamazoo shimmer spills of bitumen, kills of brown trout. Dioxin wells irrigate the emerald fields, farmhouses where fracking flames flow from kitchen taps. I think of you then, grown, old, long after I'm gone, and wonder what you'll remember. The last day of September, cold apples and clear water, the still sweet grass, and the paper plates, the plastic cups, how we threw away the whole green and generous world and left you there. By Regalado, Deatrick. The family. Only the child, between his mother's massive legs, is clothed. They both look off to the right, at something out of sight. The father, above and behind, his huge limbs framing them, stares, wide-eyed and proud, directly at you. Nothing in the background matters. By William Virgil Davis. Sad time. Broken up all over, the tears running down my face. I am sitting all along. I do not know what to do. By Sarah Gordon. Lanterns. If I believed again in love, and set out to search, I would leave before sunrise, my quest sanctified by the blue and yellow lights shining down from the city's high windows, where dawn arrives with the crying of an infant, a woman sleepily unbuttoning her nightshirt and slowly rising to pad down the hall to the baby's room. Beneath the frosted halo of the kitchen's fluorescent light, a man is drinking coffee, waking to the reality of his existence. A woman, a baby, the radiator knocking the chill from the room. He bends like a man in prayer and laces his boots, goes out into the world, and becomes part of a scattered crew tearing up the highway, leaving only a narrow path for cars, slowing down before the waving flag. By Richard Jones. For Grant Wood. A shy man seeks perfection in his art. Across vast acres, color and shape of tidiness, Iowa's unruly grass submits, blade by blade. The blue of mother's dishes tints the sky. Across vast acres, color and shape of tidiness, sloping rows and rectangles piece a new land. The blue of mother's dishes tints the sky, like a black quilt tied with lops of green. Sloping rows and rectangles piece the new land. The reassuring fields of corn unfold like black quilts tied with loops of green, under the artist's alchemy. The reassuring fields of corn unfold. Sweet clouds hover like the hands of God, under the artist's alchemy. Even winter's laden skies grow bright. Sweet clouds hover like the hands of God as the 30s skyline and bread lines disappear. Even winter's leaden skies grow bright. A yellow hill rises, like the belly of a woman ripe with child, as the skylines and bread lines disappear. Iowa's unruly grass submits, blade by blade. A yellow hill rises, and the shy man finds perfection in his art. By Margaret Mackinnon. Hello, Kitty. Usually I keep things forever, useful or not. Take this white ceramic doorstop, the proud head of a lioness that has followed me around for years, that the potter, V.G., had signed with a flourish and bestowed in the days of our friendship, its face benignly beaming throughout a history of rooms. And all of a sudden, how sick am I of looking at it? By Ruth Holzer. Elegy for a hay rake. To everything its season, and to every tool its final turn. To the farmhand rake my father bought hard used in 1976. Rust has eaten away all your labels, all your sheen and simple function. To what I hope is my last sight of you, unhitched, and standing in the field like a photograph from the Great Depression. Farewell to the cut hay left scattered on the ground to rot. Nothing ate you but the soil that birthed you. To the tractor tire, those long grappling points missed by inches on every sharp turn. You survived without puncture. To the long afternoon hours spent digging clumps out of balers' clenched teeth, good money cannot buy you back. So long to the lucky machine. Lucky I won't sell you as an antique, that no one will paint you red, white, and blue, and plant you in a garden, or hang you on a restaurant wall. Goodbye to the 5 learning wheels, their crooked tines turning, reaching up like broken fingers to wave hello, hello. Goodbye. by Jesse Graves. Reveille with Kazoo. From your overlong, even invincible sleep, from the pink and orange moth scales that collect on your mind like a dust, from the stately plush where you Jonah in a bottled frigate's belly, from this lopsided eyrie of marigold sheets, wake up. Sleeper, your shoelace is not out of boredom. Light once in your pockets like money. Wake up from the torpors of cat fur, from these lingerie dragnets of lace. These swimming pools of the future were born this morning, and tenderly swallowed in sun-lust. Pamphlets announcing new flavors of ice cream descend on the plaza in a blitz of sugar, and under the bridge, an angel spray paints her wings. By George David Clark.